Making Creative Memories in Time, and I am here today to do a super quick one photo page using literally scrap pieces of paper that I had in a collection and just a handful of embellishments, some really old alphabet stickers that are no longer even sticky, some chipboard stickers. I will be using this Dots and Blossoms Stampers Anonymous stencil along with some Rustic Wilderness Distress Oxide. And I already have my photo matted. This goes all the way back to 2006. I am working to get my nephew John's second year album all wrapped up. He's 21 now. So this is a prom photo of his cousin, and her dress was a gorgeous lime green, and so I have just bits and pieces of this lime tart collection left, and so I went with this pattern paper as a base, and I used an 11 1/4 by 11 1/4 bright white cardstock, and then I just did an 1/8 of an inch white mat, and then I did a chunkier sort of colored mat, just really to draw your eye into where the photo is going to be. Now remember, I said these are scraps, right? So this scrap was not hardly long enough to make these little strip banners like I wanted. So I just cut it in half because you're not really going to see that anyway. And we'll just sort of finagle around just a little and get these things where we want them to go, or somewhat where we want them to go. Let's see. All I'm doing right now is just sort of dry fitting where I think this is going to go, so I can lay down some stencil first. Now you see, it doesn't really matter here why we are using just bits and pieces. So remember I said I had just a few embellishments with this collection. Literally I have 3 flowers, 1 leaf, and then I cut some from the pattern paper. This flower has some leaves already with it. This is going to be a little embellishment here with the title. And then I'm going to have a little embellishment up here. So I think I am going to use these Blossoms stencil. I think I'm going to lay this right here. And I'm going to pull in some mint tape because I do not want that polka dot in my stencil. I really don't know why. The polka dot would just add something cute to it, but I don't want the polka dot in there. And then I'm just going to lay a little tape right here. Now let's come back and lay my flower back down. See, I'm going to let this just sort of spray out around the flower, and then we'll have a little spray down here. And I am going to use a very, very light hand. I'm going to tap off in the lid. I'm going to start in the middle because I want this really to be light. I don't want this to be a dark area at all. And we're just going to blend around. Now I may have a little bit darker area. I may come in a little bit darker here and there. And I think I'm going to be good with that. Let's lift it. Oh, what a look, friends, just at that little itty bitty faint layer there. I love it. So now we're going to flip this around. And let's come back in with our flower. Oh, I am going to love this. I'm going to twist it around just a little because I want that longer little sprig piece to be at the bottom of the flower. And so we're going to do basically the same thing, friends. We're just going to come in and lay down just a little. Oh, I'm loving this. Oh, yes, I am loving it. Look how pretty. And I can twist my flower so that I can see that. I love it. And then we're going to do the same thing up here. And notice I'm just not even really worried about where my paper is going to go. We're just going to lay down some stencil. We'll make it work out. Trust me, we will make it work out. It will work. Okay, and then let's just come right here with I may have gotten that just a teeny bit dark for right there, but that's okay. I am going to love it. Now, to clean this up, I will just spritz in a little bit of water. And you know me, I love my handy dandy microfiber towel. And I will just spritz that at the end to clean that up. Love this, friends. Okay, so now let's get into our creative part here, creative process. So I am just going to somewhat eyeball this, and we're going to just put some adhesive right down the middle. And we're just gonna, like I said, somewhat eyeball this. And hopefully we are somewhat straight. Hopefully. Super quick, super simple, and this is awesome when you just have scraps. Like these two pieces were literally scrap pieces that I had in the bag with this collection, and I really just wanted to be able to, I do not scrapbook a lot of green typically, and since this dress was green, I really wanted the colors to sort of match because, you know, it could be clashy if you didn't. And I thought, let's just use up these scraps, right? Use up these scraps. And I'm going to tell you, friends, right now, I'm going to go a little higher with this photo because I'm going to have a little bit of a big title at the bottom. Now, I am going to pop this first flower up just using a foam dot, and I cannot wait to get some more thin foam dots. So we're going to twist this around. Oh, how cute is that? And then this little guy is going to sort of happen right here. And let's put him up on a foam dot, or her. She's a lovely little flower. Lovely little flower. So let's put her right about there. And then we have this larger leaf. Let's just tuck this leaf. And actually, we may need to snip a little bit of that leaf off so that it tucks in a little deeper there. And then this is like just a sprig of leaves that was cut from, this was cut from like a ring, like to put a picture in, like a little circular border thing. And then here's just a little leaf that I trimmed from the paper. And we might not even need that. Tweezers, tweezers, tweezers. Let's get this little guy. I'm trying to figure out if I even need this. At this point, I don't even know that I need it. Because I don't think I need it. I do not want to take away from. I love this. I love it. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that our title, and I have my Barely Arts glue because we are going to, these are stickers, but I don't know that they're going to stick. And I love that I'm stash busting here, friends. These are really old. I think these are Heidi Swap from way back in the day. And I couldn't think of it like a creative title at all for this. And so this was our cousin's junior high school prom. And so I thought, why not? We had the word life. Why not make this prom life? And this could be our title, Prom Life. It really sort of gets lost right there in that. What if I did life here? Let's see. We're just going to play around with where we think our title is going to look good, okay? We're just going to play around with where we think our title is going to look good, which is probably a really good thing that these letters are not very sticky, right? Probably a really good thing. So we could do prom. Ooh, I like that. Prom Life. I like that, friends. Let's see. I could bring my P down just a little. Y'all know I fidget, and fuss. Oh, yeah. I kind of like that because then that gives me that, like, visual triangle. So I'm going to turn this way. And we are going to add just a little. I really think that stenciling made all the difference in the world behind those little floral clusters. Love it. I was really worried about using Rustic Wilderness. I was afraid that the green was going to be way off. I tested it on a little scratch paper, and boy, am I happy that I went with Rustic Wilderness. Love it, friends. It's just, it adds so much. So if you need a simple one-pager, this is it, friends. My photo is not a true 4x6 or 6x4. It is a 5 3/4 by a 3 3/4. And then my white mat is a true 4x6. And then the multicolored green mat is a 6.5 by 4.5. And then these strips are 2 inches. And this one is by 10. This one was a little shorter because it was already just a pre-cut piece. This was already a pre-cut piece. So They're just scraps, but they're 2 inches. And then let's put down just a little bit of glue here. And I'm trying to decide, do I want to sprinkle in a little bit of gold paint, like for some splatter? And I think the answer to that is going to be yes. Yes, please. Can it really be like a prom photo if you don't have... Okay, let's scoot this. Let's scoosh right there, because I want it to fill that gap right there. Ooh, I like that. Prom life. And then down here I can do some strip journaling, some 1/4 inch strip journaling. I'm just trying to decide, do I feel like I need this 3rd floral element? And the answer is no, I do not need the 3rd floral element. Okay, so now, friends, let's find our gold paint. Oh, I love this. Let me zoom in here so you can see what that stencil looks like. Is that not stinking adorable? This page design would be perfect for an opening or closing page in your book. I mean, perfect. Love this. So let's pull in some gold. This came from Hobby Lobby. That's all I can tell you, friends. I got it from the Hobby Lobby. We're going to mist in a little bit of water. And let's do, I don't want to do the fan brush. Let's do my favorite, big floppy brush. If y'all know me, you know I love a big floppy brush, right? We're going to use a journal pen. And we're just going to drop some splatter. And where it goes, it goes. Hopefully, I'm going to set that there so it doesn't get on the photo. And now let's come over here and do just a little. I am loving. I did get a little on the photo. That's okay. I am loving what that did, friends. Would you look? And this has an absolutely adorable shimmer. I love it. I don't feel like at this point that I need to put any kind of bling, because I feel like this metallic water paint really did that for me. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. I love that. And so I will do some little like 1/4 inch white journal strips right here to tell that this was prom for his cousin Megan. I love this. Hopefully you enjoyed this super quick, super simple, yet very elegant page idea. And this is perfect for a 1-pager. And I love that this is diagonal embellishment, but then I also like that I did the title on the corner. And I love that I was stash busting. These things have to be at least 20 years old, at least. And everything just pulled together beautifully. I appreciate you stopping by today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, happy scrapping.